This is a review of the LEGO Remote Controlled Decoupling, which is set number 7862. But this is not only a review, this is actually a sealed opening, because I got this set sealed originally, and I opened it on camera. So I think that's the first thing that I will show. So I will be back after I opened it. I filmed the footage of me opening it a little bit over a week ago.
I've been watching you. Just come to me.
Now, opening that was a real experience because I have never opened another sealed set before. And let's talk about a little bit about the history of this set. It was released in 1981 at the same time as the 7725. This is after the wave of sets were released in 1980, including the 7740 and 7750. But this was just like a 1A wave of sets just to supplement the existing ones before new things were phased in 1982. And this set is obviously very unique in a number of ways. LEGO has never done anything similar to this since then. The set was only on the market, I believe, until 1984. So it was only available for 3 years, which is why it's not cheap today, because it's rare. And I've also heard that it doesn't really work as well as people would expect it to, but for me, I've had no problems, possibly because it was a sealed set and I opened it. So what exactly does it do? its purpose is to decouple wagons from engines, which is why the name is the decoupler. And not only does it do that, but it's also remote controlled, which of course drives the price of the set up because point motors and remote controls here are not super cheap. So when current goes through the point motor, it flips this piece and it moves this rotor part up, and that interacts with, if I grab my mail van here, it interacts with this brick here, the 2x4 brick with the wheels, and it actually prevents it from moving any farther along here. So if I push that, I'm pushing pretty hard. It cannot go past this rotor because it hits this thing, this part of the rotor, and then it wants to rotate this way, and then this part here, it stops it. So let's see if I can move the camera a little bit closer. That piece is on the left right there is stopping the 2x4 brick from going any farther, and this works because the motors are not that low. They don't have that 2x4 brick that is extending from the underneath, so the motor can go over the decoupler rotor fine, but the wagons can't, which is why it only decouples the wagons. Now if I zoom in on the decoupler itself, this is actually how the rotor works. So this rail here is a special middle conducting rail, and it connects to the base with these two pins instead of the normal studs. And so inside of here, this black part connects to the point motor. So when I move this point motor, it pulls that black piece, and that rides with the gear part of the rotor, and it turns the rotor. And because the base has slopes, when the rotor turns, it moves upwards. So here's that again. And then it kind of locks into place here, so it will prevent it from going back down. And I mean, these sleeper plates here are separate from the base. You can take these off, but these were the originals in the set, so I'm not going to take them off right now. And this rail was actually only produced in this set. You can't find that in another set, which is why it's around $5 just for that rail. Alright, so now let's talk a little bit about the box and instructions. The box is pretty standard for a 12 volt supplemental set, such as 7.8, anything from 7.858 to 7.866, I think. It just has a cardboard outer box, an outer shell, and then on the inside there's a styrofoam tray that can be pulled out. This is the original brochure that you probably saw in the sealed video, and this is, I looked at it, it's from 1981. And you can see that because it has the 7725 featured in there. And the 7725, of course, was not produced in 1980, so this cannot be a brochure of 1980. And the instructions just show a little bit of detail on how to put the set together. And then on the other side, how to operate it and how it connects to the transformer and how to wire it up. So it's really not hard to use. You have to get the hang of where to stop the train, but it's a fun set, and although other people might recommend not getting one, I would recommend getting one because again, it's a fun set, good addition to any 12 volt collection. So now about pricing. This is of course not a common set, so pricing can be, again, different given what seller or platform you're buying from, but I've seen that the average price for a complete set in good condition with no box, no instructions, tends to be around $80. The price for a set in good condition with the box, with the instructions, maybe in like new condition, is between $110 and $120. And sealed goes anywhere from, I actually got this set for a very good price. I got it for about 120 sealed, not including shipping. You might have picked that up in the clip of me opening it. But most sellers will sell sealed 7862s for about $175, around there. I haven't seen over 200, but I did get this one for a lot less, so I don't feel super bad about opening it and using it, because otherwise I would have immediately taken out $60 from the value. And also, back to the box and instructions, of course there's no sticker sheet. None of the supplemental trackside sets, such as the level crossing or the light posts or points or signals, have sticker sheets. That's only for the train sets and for the supplemental wagons, which is 7810 through 7821, I believe. Those have sticker sheets, but this set does not. So overall, I think this is a really fun and a very unique set. Again, LEGO has never done anything like this, both before this, and they have not done anything since this. So even though sometimes it doesn't work great, I have had a good experience with it, and I would absolutely recommend getting one, because it definitely helps with the 12-volt experience, because the 12-volt, one of the main advantages of running 12-volt trains is that you can do things like shunt wagons and switch engines and things like that, and this really helps with that, because you can operate it completely autonomously. All you have to do is just sit back and press a button on the control panel, instead of having to reach over with your hand and decouple it, which is why this set is a very unique set, and I would recommend getting it. So I think that concludes my review of this set, and I will finish it off with some clips of the decoupler working in action. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.
Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run